what if you're opening your eyes to a huge candle of green in this week? It may be surprising for many, but if you have been on the right side of this boat, then you won't be missing the next rise of this boat for sure, because we were positioning ourselves based on technicals, right? So that won't be surprising for you. When BTC moves up, the euphoric action in the crypto market is increasing. Yes, you will be getting a lot of different news like this particular corporation bought this one. See, Tesla went in a lot, billions of dollars into Bitcoin. So that's something which you have to see. I'll take you guys through that, but before, do understand, there would be a lot of euphoria, right? The crypto market is so much visible as of now if you look at that. And people are like, oh yeah, to the moon. But you have to understand, reality has to be checked before you lose your profit. But that's like, a huge move which you are expecting. Yes, if BTC moves from 42k towards 58k, that is not a bad deal, but that's like 40% move to the upside. Now remember, this is happening in a market where coins are giving you 15 to 40% a day. Here you are looking at for a pattern, right? So this pattern took a month to play out. Then if you're looking at this, it's like, from mid-Jan towards half of Feb, you are just breaking to the upside, and another couple of weeks you're expecting this. Now, when you see this, that doesn't make much of a sense, right? There are coins who are going like to 82% a day. Okay, that's little too much. Not everyone will be able to time that one, but we've been timing this one perfectly. We've been timing this one perfectly. So those who are in the Patreon group already understand we were actually going through these coins without missing all of these actions, right? So if you are able to get 10, 15 to 40% a day, then these are not that big issue. These are not that big deal, right? So why you want to stick with XRP in the coming 2-3 months? The pattern shows that clearly. Now this is a 4-hour chart of XRP, but when you come back into this weekly chart, it's little clear here. So why do you want to keep your XRP at least in the coming months? It has to be understood. I think if you miss next 2 months, it can impact your return on your investment for XRP in a huge manner. As anticipation is increasing, those who are going to understand this will stay prepared. Say in yesterday's video, I told you that this would be a green candle after this. Why? Because we were expecting a 3-candle reversal pattern there. Based on the weekly, there should be a long candle here, which gives you that continuity signal. Now, yeah, usually it can be like this too. Couple of candles and then a huge candle to the upside. But it can also be one red candle and then another green, giving you that continuity signal. Now, here at the moment, if that's happening, you have a lot of room to the upside in the RSI to move up, and the MACD is just crossing to the upside. So remember, it's not the first time we tried to cross, then we kind of bounced a little bit. Now it's the second try. So usually that does happen. Remember, this tried to cross to the downside here, but we crossed to the up. We bounced, and then this is happening on a positive region of MACD. That's double bullish. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. As we move, you can see a lot of different stuff in the market, and this tweet from Galgatron was something on point. You have to understand that. Previously, Elon was highlighting this: Bitcoin is almost as bullshit as fiat money. Now, if you are looking at that, I'm like, okay, so he was trading that previously, and right now after 2 months, he's kind of pushing the price up. So that means back then it would be, any common man who has a couple of meals a day would be understanding this. Back then, he was talking it down in terms of price and buying it as much as possible. Now, so he should be doing the opposite. He's pushing it to the upside. Okay, cool. And then what will he be doing? Now remember, when he want to buy something cheap, he want the price to be lower and he want you guys to sell. Okay, now when he want to take his profits, he want the price of an asset to go up. It's not only him, it's like a lot of different institutions are doing this. If you go to YouTube and check, you will understand what I'm saying. You can listen to Tika Tiwari explaining how the market is so manipulated. But if you have a proper technical skills and the emotional balance, you are not going to be stuck in this parabolic run at the top. But it's okay to be in here, right? But if you are entering this particular area of a parabolic move from here, you may get stuck there. Personally, I don't think it's somewhere you should be entering. Now you see this buy zone, reaccumulation zone, or the accumulation actually at the bottom. That's cool, but if you are missing these opportunities, that's going to be really hard. Now I'll take you back towards the market cycle of XRP, and then you can reanalyze and say where we are. Personally, I would say we are in the disbelief rally. We actually went a little bit up, but we came all the way back down. Now we need a rally one, which would be generating hope. So as we just highlighted on the weekly, that's possible. Then the next one would be optimism. But those guys who enter here would have the maximum ROI, right? So if you are here for the maximum financial opportunity, pay close attention. So on a weekly, you are expecting a bounce in the RSI to the upside and the MACD to cross to the upside on a positive sound. So when this happens in the positive zone, it's usually so bullish. Now do remember here, the first time we tried to cross to the upside, it didn't actually happen, right? You can see that we went a little bit down. But if you look at the price action, that was again a higher low there. So that's bullish. Then we crossed to the upside on the positive zone, and that's when we pumped to the upside on the wave 3 of that market cycle. Now, yeah, we are not at wave 3. We are not even, I believe, at the wave 1. So if you go back, zoom in, and then understand what really was happening back then. Now, this is what you actually see. Before that, we were crossing to the upside at the bottom. Just that the RSI was showing you that upside momentum, right? So now you come back, you look at here and look what really is happening. It's so clear. Now, okay, we'll just take out all the indicators and look at the price like this. We'll just delete all these. Now, if you are looking at this and then going back, checking that market cycle which we were talking about, you can see the top like this, a bottom to the, a move to the bottom, then a capitulation, I would say here, not here, here, because if you come here in the chart, you will understand, see, if you are plotting that lines correctly, it would be the first area here where we had this, right? We came all the way down. Now the lows are starting to change. We were changing the trend. We were not making new lower lows here. If you see here, this is a low, then again a new lower low, again the same, but from here it changed, right? So when you go back, you can see the same lower low, but next time it changed, but afterwards it broke that level too and went to the downside. So that's happening here. So that was something happening in the previous carnage we were talking about in the March 2020 of coronavirus. But right now you can see the market is slowly climbing back. Now, where is the market right now? It went above the zone. So the zone is what? The perfect accumulation area. And then we came back, retested that area, and right now we are above that. So what this area was? This was kind of, that depression area which we were talking about here. Okay, cool, fine. So if you are coming back here, what does that mean? That means the hope is still on in this asset. When you were coming to the downside, this was the disbelief rally, as you can see. But right now, the hope is still there because we didn't go downside. We are still above this. Even after all these SEC kind of things, we are still above this. So understand, we went to the upside. To be clear, we went to the upside. We came back. We made this particular item as a support. And right now, we went above this, right? We are staying above this. So if you actually plot this correctly, you will see like this. This was a support back here, then acted as a resistance all the way here, now acting as a strong support. So if you extend this, you are also able to see this. It was acting as a resistance previously. So this is like a long-term support resistance zone where the price is respecting it so much. So right now when you see a bounce from there, yeah, I personally expect this. Now, this one candle wick here shows me that buyers were interested in buying this asset till this moment back in time with respect to that price. But yes, eventually sellers came in and they pushed the price down. Now, what are you looking at? Price to bounce back till here and then break above. So if it does break this 0.78 mark, then the next step which you should be looking from here would be this top, which would be, you know, somewhere around $0.991, and then the next would be here. So that's 1.4. But remember, the market and the algorithms which are trading will never let you make profit. They will try their maximum to kick you out. So you can consider 1.2. Because based on patterns, you are seeing to aim like 1.15, 1.2. So that's pretty fine. And if you are to make that 1.2, that still means from here to that 1.2 mark, it's 175%. Now, why did I initially say if you miss these, you are going to miss a huge chunk of the opportunity? I will show you. Say from here, even from here, remember, even from this point, if XRP is going all the way towards 3-digit, you are making 23,000%. Now, yes, considering what it has done in the past cycle, that's nothing. But do remember, not everyone is buying here. Majority has the average somewhere below 0.2, 0.25, or you know, that area. So it's like there are guys who has average around 0.17. For them, this opportunity would be like 60,000%, right? Now, that's not a small deal. Now, if you look at this for others who were able to buy at the bottom 4.1, 4.15, they made the significant gain there. Considering others, they are making that huge chunk, right? So, if you are able to look at these, one stuff is for clear. If you are missing the bottom, that's dump. Now, remember, if you are entering after that hope rally, meaning you get a confirmation here that the price is going up, now even if you write all the way towards that 3 digits, you're only making 8,000%. You can see a significant difference in 8,000%, in 23,000% or 60,000%, right? So the bottom has to be kept in mind. Now, these are just comparing what we are looking at as a 3-digit XRP. But if you remember, these targets are always there. We had these previously. We did this previously 67,000% in a year. So that doesn't actually, you know, make so worse to say this is the bottom. And if you even plot that 67,000%, you would be coming somewhere around here, right? Now, that's like 6,900%. That's my mistake. I'll actually plot it all the way towards 60,000%. So we should be somewhere here, right? Yeah, that's fine. So say $80 towards say $100. Now you look at the 140,000%, which we did previously. Now I will show you why I'm saying that, because this 150 would be somewhere around that. Now it's for those guys who entered at the bottom. What about those guys entered around here? It's 88,000%. What about those guys entered around 0.25? It's 60,000%. So now if you delete all these and look at this, one stuff is for clear. This was an impulsive move, right? On a weekly, you can still see that. Now, if you go on to a monthly, it's super clear that this was the move of huge impulse. After which you got a lot of correction. We went all the way down towards 97%. Now we are bouncing up. So if this is showing you that battle between the buyers and sellers and then a push to the upside, this should be the wave 2 for me. Now if that is the wave 2, it usually is like 2 to 3x. So what we are looking at, we are looking at a huge price fluctuation. Say what we were talking about previously around 150, 160 was like the previous highs, right? 1400x. But if we are moving above, then that's like super crazy numbers, and it's really hard to believe for anybody who's looking at that right now. But if you are concentrating on Elliott wave analysis, it would be kind of similarly easy for you to look at that. Say whenever you look at the images, it would be easy for you to understand this stuff. Now there is no rocket science in this. You just have to look at the wave 1. Then the wave 2 is the biggest one there. Remember that. The wave 2 is the giant wave which you are expecting there. It's one of the clear stuff you are looking here. Now if you are putting that into perspective for XRP, that plays out definitely. Now why I said next 2 months is so important. Looking at this 4-hour chart, it shows possibility of a move upside. Now if that move upside happens, that means we are going to break through this resistance, and then this is a support. So that also gives you in pattern a continuation signal on a 4-hour. Now you move on a daily, that gives you break of this pattern and move to a bullish move to the upside, gives you a 3-candle reversal confirmation. Moving, first target would be 0.73, which is the previous resistance, and the next one would be 1.15. So that's cool and great. So then you win back all the way back into weekly. So that's if that's happening on a 4-hour and a daily. On a weekly, you're getting another confirmation signal that we are going to go up. So that's a continuity pattern. So if that continuity pattern is playing out here, a 3-candle continuity pattern, that means we are going to bounce all the way to the upside here. So that's on a weekly. Now you go to a monthly. Now this is the way how you look at technicals and then talk sense, right? So now you put all these bottoms here in this RSI and you're looking at, okay, that's cool. On a monthly, we are entering on a positive side here in the MACD. We are moving like 54% in RSI, which is above neutral. So if you plot your horizontal line somewhere around the major resistance line for the RSI here, you are able to see that was 52. Now we are correcting back towards that 52 and hopefully we would be bouncing that. Now that bounce kind of ties up with whatever we talked here in a 4-hour chart, in a daily chart, in a weekly chart. Now we post a lot of different opportunities in the Patreon. That includes XRP, right? Just the difference is you guys get that once in a day and they get that almost all the time. Not only about XRP, they get a lot of opportunity for a lot of different assets. And now then you come back to this chart, this page, you can see a lot of them are meeting our targets on a daily basis or at least 90% on a weekly basis. So on a daily basis, you would be getting 50 to 70%. On a weekly basis, you are making most of that. Now the opportunity is still valid if you are entering. Say this is 9th of the month. So if you want to enter to get these kind of updates, that's fine. But there are guys who would be waiting, and by the end of the month, the price is skyrocketing and they are lost. So they want some kind of guidance and then they will enter on 20, 24, 25. You would be paying an entire month payment for just 5 days. Instead, it's way better to pay way before that. So that's why I'm suggesting if you want to enter now, and after 15th, don't even think about entering. But if you miss out, it's cool. Wait, there would be opportunity maybe in this market cycle or the next one. Now with all these technicals, to quickly run through the fundamentals, this is what we are seeing right now. When XRP is at 0.44, this is happening. Ripple and Coinbase shift 76.7 million XRP. That's not a small or tiny amount. There is something coming. You have to understand that too, right? So these are like Ripple and Coinbase have together shifted 33.34 million in 2 transactions carrying 21.7 and then 49.6 from Coinbase. So these are happening in the background. It still also has like a huge coins locked in escrow and has distributed this much in XRP. So as it is being reminded, when these transactions happen, you have to understand there is something happening in the market. But that something should not be like this, manipulating the market, right? You go, you see what happened with Bitcoin, you go, you see what happened with Dogecoin. These are manipulations. They buy way back when the market is at the low end, and then they put these kind of signals outside when the mass are entering and the belief rally is increasing. That pushes it into a euphoric state. Now, you never want to be in that market when it's going straight up, because yes, you can still make 100 or 200%, but you're missing the entire 10,000, 50,000, 100,000%, and you would be stuck there. Chances of that is high. The risk is so high because you enter in this market based on the real fundamentals, right? MIT, previously we knew that it was working with Ripple. Now it's clear it's also working with Quant. So there is something really happening in the world. Research institutions are pushing that one clearly, right? The interoperability layer is coming, and that's why we are so strong on Ripple and XRP. The interledger protocol along with the overledger from Quant will be doing fine. Now, this particular video, if you are going into YouTube, I'll be retweeting this one. So if you are following me, you get that. Or you can follow XRP 2020. That's at 2020 XRP. And what this gives you the clear understanding. XRP is not a security. Now, because I know that XRP is not a security and I strongly believe that, I won't be playing that through. If you want to listen, you can go. Now, XRP Crypto Wolf sent me this one showing Miami is aiming for the most progressive crypto laws. Now, one by one, region by region, they are moving positive with crypto. Do understand, once these are playing out, price will be rocketing, and that's not the time when you should be buying. If you understand the fundamental of a company which is expanding so rapidly and aggressively, during entire bear market, and right now when we are in a bullish state, they're increasing their tempo. So that means they see something which we don't see, but at least we try to see something which they do, right? So that gives you and I the signal, at least in terms of price, because we are not looking at this asset only in terms of technology. We are investors who are here to make money, and when there is a huge opportunity running in the market, you shouldn't be that fool who enters the bull market and doesn't make money, right? In a bull market, most of us does make money. So looking at the market cap, it's like 1.3 trillion. That's cool, that's bullish. Now, if we are going all the way to 10x or 20x in the market cap, you have to see which coins would be surviving. Now, that would be based on the fundamentals, and the price and the money which you make would be completely based on the technicals. Because if you are looking at the price and understanding that, we saw that the weekly and the monthly are showing you a cool guidance, and then you come back all the way in a 4-hour and you see the similar stuff happening. See, the 4-hour MACD crossed upside once, came back, retested, and now going up again. So that's why we are looking at this anticipated move. Now, if you are with me and you are getting value, please do support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Now, if you want to get additional value, you can look at Patreon. The link is in the description. If you want to just support the channel, you can use either Patreon, PayPal, or the XRP wallet address given in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.